Steve, 40 feet. Today we have a giant enterprise. Yeah? So, you know what, you have, there's a lot of kids inside prison right now. I know about 30 kids, maybe more. Well, maybe the other day a little thing go down. So maybe about 40 odd kids right now who locked up in jail for crime that they probably didn't do. You get me? Because of the giant enterprise rules and regulations, the law. So if you're associated by crime, then you're guilty basically. So 10 people walk in, one person commit a crime, then everybody feel it.
But society has been misled by that concept because one shouldn't be judged just by association. It should be judged by action because the action speaks louder than words. And if I've done something then it's proven, I can just be going on the street and meet you as somebody who I know, but I don't know your intention, what you have planned for. And I get caught up in a trap like that. Because if something happens, you intend to do something, I do it immediately, then I get caught into it, then I should be found guilty. Based upon that, I should be found guilty if I was a part of that. Because I have to prove my innocence, and everyone is innocent until it's proven guilty, and it should be like that. Innocent until proven guilty, not guilty before innocent. Because you can't say I'm guilty because you've done something by association, I equally should be judged by that. No, that law should scrap. You know what I mean? There's other law that the government needs to look into. There's a law that they have, but I'm coming, where you have people who government don't, who's exempt from certain law, where you can commit crime and you're exempt. What they call them again, guys? These people who can commit crime and they say, because you're yeah? Like so some big boys in America.
They're diplomat.
Yes. Yeah, those people, what they call them law? Those laws where they say they're exempt from prosecution and they commit the crime. Those are the
diplomatic immunity.
Diplomatic immunity. Why would they have given diplomatic immunity when they are guilty of the crime? But I'm charged for something by association, which I'm not guilty. So the law only shows that the rich has a chance of getting away, but the poor man should suffer the consequence, because that's not equality right there, sir. There's no purity in that. That's judgment that's given for someone who shouldn't be judged without found guilty. That's my saying on our topic like this, you know. Yes.
That's why I told you that my African brothers can't whisper, you know. They proved it right. But as well as that, Steve, what I want to ask what you mentioned before, Black.
Yeah.
What ethnicity, the 30 people, like what ethnic background, what color?
What? Black.
Blacks.
Yes. So it's black kids we're talking about, because this crime don't affect the white society as it affects the black community. So in Mossad, like I said, there was like maybe 10 years ago, maybe a bit more, there was something happened in I think it was Cheetah Mill or one of them places, Berry, and I know 13 people, I think it was, went jail. And then there was the next thing that happened over there, and and there was the next, like, I don't know, 15, then there was the next one that happened around there, So what I'm saying is this, don't get it twisted like I'm saying no one's supposed to be punished for a crime. Because if you do the crime, then you should do the time. So let's be clear about that. But what the question is, does it take 16 persons to kill one person? You understand? So that's what I'm saying. So it's a strong debate. Yeah, because you got some people now, like the family of the deceased, they will say, okay, everyone deserve it. You understand? But realistically, like you said, what about the kids who are just being kids, you know, just having friends, going about the business, you know, not because they said show me your friends, we know who you are, but that's not necessarily always true.
I think right across the board still, if you look at that, that's no different than gang war. It's like I have beef with you, I can't get to you, so I take out your friend. But your friend is completely innocent. So the whole society look like it's a gangster system, you know, in the judicial system. Because if they can't get to you, then they're gonna punish your friend. You know what I mean? Which is a collective punishment. But then, you see, the thing is, like, you know, I don't want to stray off the topic, but if you look at even the US, right, where they say that the blacks are 14 to 15% of the American, the US population, United States population, right? But yes, the blacks commit the most crime. Yeah, but that's just a stereotype and people being judgmental. But the same crime that a black person would commit, yeah, a white person would commit the same crime and he wouldn't get no time.
Yeah.
Yeah, a black person would commit less crime and he would get a big stretch.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So basically, it's been targeted. And there's no one can deny the fact to say, what does this have to do with race? You know, this is a multicultural society. No, it's not. It's a lot of race. It's have to do with race. You can't have a person running an office, a business, and then the person, the owner of the company is white, but then you find most of the people working there are black. You never see that.
But is there anything you would say to the kids them, like, for example, if say you've got a son and your son gets to a certain age, because age 12, 13, the teenage is when these kids have become, these boys, should we say, boys we're talking about, yeah, become delicate, yeah, because they're coming into it. So this is when the most likely seems vulnerable, yeah?
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
so would you allow your son to be out there in that same way, having friends? What would be the message that you would send to your son at that age, going out there?
I think everyone wants good for their children, right? And as a parent, you, as soon as your child leaves the door and go to school or wherever, you start worrying, right? Because they're not in your area of protection. You know, they're somewhere else. But to be honest with you, if anyone's child, if your child is hanging out with someone who is bad, basically, it's gonna affect the child's behavior. Do you know what I mean? No matter how you say, oh, my child is good, but you don't know what your child is doing.
Exactly.
Yeah, and people don't correct their kids, and especially you come from a society where people don't correct their children.
Anymore.
Not anymore, you know what I mean? We grew up, I mean, back in the days, you get slapped up. Yeah,
punishable by law.
Exactly, but back then, the Caribbean parents, they went a bit too extreme. Right, but you need to find a middle path. Yeah, because if you think that you're gonna be all nice and nice to the child and give it everything that it wants, it's terrible.
Shouldn't be.
It's bad because the child's gonna rule you. Yeah. So what I'm saying, blacks. What I'm trying to say is, it's down to everybody.
Yes.
To bring up the children. And unfortunately, society is messed up. You're scared of pedophiles. You're scared of people gonna harm your children. Do you know what I mean? So us, we as the adults, we are not getting involved in mentoring the young youths, right? And what's mentoring them now is mostly the TV, brethren. Yeah, it's mostly the gangster rap music and the gangster film. People can argue with me and say that don't affect them. It does affect
100%
you. Because it drills in your head constantly.
This is the lifestyle that you should have.
So we live around here, blacks. We live around in this area of Mossad. Right? You start going to one school where you find two guys going to the school, like, as teenagers, two guys, they're cool in the school. They're popular. Nobody mess with me. Yeah? And all the girls like them, right? But then the younger ones, the innocent ones now, they're gonna want popularity. Do you know what I mean? And because they're in that area where it's all of this thing going on, they're gonna wanna blend in. Do you know what I mean? Because even you or me, as adults, someone when they're coming into a gathering with a certain people, even their walk change. You see them walking like some bad man walk.
Different
but it's a different body language. Do you know what I mean? So everybody, the youths now, they have their friends. They're gonna say, well, it's my friend. I don't want to stop hanging out with my. I don't want to stop hanging out with my friend. But then my friend is bad. What do? I don't have any more friends. That person over there, they're weird. I don't want to chill with them weirdos. You know what I mean? So they're gonna hang out with a friend. But
so Steve, what you did I say before? You did I say something?
Well, as I say, the best for acknowledge that as a parent, you try to train a child as the way they should go. As wise as you are and learn from the street, you teach them that certain things from the street and what it can cause and the type of association, what it can lead to. So it's up to that child now to look at what you said to them, that when they associate with certain people, which you can't stop them from, but if they use the wisdom that you pass on to them and exercise that, say, well, you know, this person is doing something and it's not in my favor because that's not how I was brought up. And this kind of conduct will put me into trouble. So if the child look into that wisdom and use it, then it can protect that child from getting down the same path that the friendship that they involve in God.
So the next question is, would follow up to that is, for that kid to have that guidance and that teaching, you would probably need like a male figure in the house. And not necessarily, because what I was saying is this, So in England, in the UK, as we know, I don't know the percentage, so I don't want to give figures. But we know, especially in the black community, especially in like in these, there's a lot of the father figures who are not in the household. But saying so, there is some who's still in the household and the kids are still giving problems. So are we saying that it's down to the parents or it's not down to the parents then? Fatty, wait.
Brethren, I mean, a bulk of it still is down to the parents, the majority of it, but the rest of it is down to society. It's down to when they step outside, you know what I mean? Are they going to be treated as children? Are they going to be treated as some kind of strange alien-like being or somebody who, ruffian or something? Do you know what I mean? So you go to school, the teachers, they try their best. They try their best to basically to give the children good education as well, But I don't know how the curriculum, how it works, if they teach more on bullying as well, if they have a complete different like a class setup where they teach the children and they show them the outcome. You know what can happen, bullying, you can lose your life, you can end up in street gangs. And like I said, it goes back to where all of us hang out and chill, right? If you go home, most of us, we think that if we're nice to our boys, for example, we're bringing them up like girls. If you're too soft to the boy, come here, son. You're too soft. You're making him growing up soft. You know what I mean? Why do you want to grow up the child to be hard and harsh? What's that gonna prove?
But then again, I would say it's a balance, because you see, this is society in it, and now what you find out is some of the guys who is growing in that kind of soft context, soft manner, have that kind of, what should I say, I don't want to sound
a weird mentality.
Well, it's not even about the mentality, it's about the attitude behind it. Because you see, sometimes that softness haven't got the masculinity behind it. The male, that male aura.
Come on, Blacks. I mean, Blacks.
Yes.
When I say soft, I don't mean the dad's gonna go around,
Yeah, but that's why I said it's a fine line, because some of them really soft. So check this now. Soft to some people is allowing their son to play with a doll.
No.
This is what I'm trying to
explain. That's not soft. That's just being.
But you see what I'm trying to say to you,
Blacks, we're not talking about odd. We're not talking about.
So explain soft then.
So soft is basically it's showing love. You're showing affection to your child. Spending time with your child, right?
Bro, that's not being soft.
Yeah, but no. What I mean, soft. How people look at soft, it's like soft is some form of something frowned upon. I mean, if you're gonna be soft to your daughter and your missus, why can't you be soft in a way to your child? All right, wait, Blacks. All right, for example. If I ask my daughter to get me something from the fridge, and I say, baby girl, can you pass me that drink from the fridge, please? Yeah. So how am I going to talk to because I'm being soft to my daughter? Am I going to talk to my son? Yo, get the drink out of the fridge and bring it. No. You're going to say my son.
But you see your take, that's why I want to stop you before. You see the take what you're on now is a Jamaican mentality. See, from us back home.
Some people still have that, Blacks.
No, but that doesn't exist, because you know why now? No, it shouldn't exist. It does exist, but it shouldn't now, because you know why? We're living in a country right now, where me and you know, if we was in Jamaica, your kids are allowed to go to school from whatever age, as long as they can cross the road. You understand? Yeah. So in England, you've got to pick up that kid at school maybe until year 7, year 8. You understand? Because this rules is law. You understand? So it's not soft, it's how we know. So therefore we have to show that kid care and that kid concern. So what we were saying about the topic on boys, yeah, I think that it's a fine line when it comes to showing boys certain things, because what I believe the problem is in the household, yeah, the male figure is not showing enough respect for the littler one to listen, to show respect to him. Because if you find out 7 out of 10 times where the mom is disrespecting the dad in front of the son is not going to be listening to the dad. Because what can the dad say to the son that the mom, you understand, the mom overrides everything. So
yeah, I do understand what you're saying. I do understand what you're saying. But
create a problem.
It's how it goes back to how you treat that child. Right, it doesn't matter what the mom speak to you or you find if you treat that child with the care, with the love, soft. Yeah, that's in my softness maybe to somebody else's thinking of softness is different. Yeah. Right? So with that care, with that love, with that attention, yeah, when all the mummy says, no matter what.
No, I dispute that, father.
That's his father.
You know why? Yeah. I dispute that because, kids live what they learn. And this is what I'm saying to you is, my example was this, if your kid, if my kid, so I'll use myself as an example. If my kid seeing my missus speaking down to me in a way and showing me, so for example, my kid said, okay, my son, I haven't got a son, so my daughter said to me, okay, I need to go to the play next week, and I said, okay, you can't go because of XYZ reason, and then the mum came in and she says, okay, no, yes, you can, your dad can't tell you that you can't go. So now the kid knows that the mum overrides the dad. So what I'm saying is, the next time the kid's gonna do something, what you say as the dad, it doesn't matter. So what I'm saying now, so for example now, in the son situation, for example now, when the mum is talking to the dad like that and the dad don't show the dad any respect in the household and the dad haven't got much say in the household, as soon as he speak, get your bag, come out, wait, whatever it is,
All right, no, so you're talking in that,
So what I'm saying now, when the dad, who's supposed to be leading and showing example to the son and says, listen son, don't go around Trey or don't go around Sean or don't go, because them guys is mixing in X, Y and Z and I don't want you around that. Who is the dad to say that? Because the son is not going to have him in that higher respect your position. So, and the mum is not going to hardly say that. The mum will be like, that soft bit what you're saying now is where the mum is going to be like, okay, Che, go and play with your friends. He won't, he's not doing anything.
Statistically, that's just a small percentage.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
That's why we've got so many of them in
I think that's a small percentage. Because, you see, people always, this thing always backfires, and especially, we don't want to go off the topic of the old judicial system. But this thing always backfires on people who think that they don't need a father figure or a man. Right? Because they can't do it on their own. Nobody's supposed to do it on their own.
Exactly.
Nobody's supposed to do it on their own. I don't care what nobody says.
No.
I don't need a man. You do need a man. You do need a man. Well, yes, maybe men mess you around a lot of times and you just get fed up. Yeah, you rather just have your peace by staying at home by yourself rather than getting into a relationship that's going to cause headache and depression and all kinds of things. But if you're going to be bitter and spiteful, you don't need a man, then you're wrong. But I think, right, if the dad don't have, it's not a matter of who have the last say. It's both parents. All right, what we're doing it for then? Are they doing it for the kids or are they doing it for themselves?
They're doing it for the kids.
If they're doing it for the kids, then basically they need to, I'm not saying that I am doing this, but this is something that I myself need to practice, right? If me and the mom are on the same page and we say, all right, one's not gonna override the other, unless it's some, you're speaking down to the child in a way where it's actually affecting the child and hurting the child, and one parent can step in. Do you know what I mean? But then if the dad make a decision and the dad says, I don't like this because
prevention before the intervention. We have to intervene. Or prevention before the cure. I don't like the path that he's taking. And the mum and the dad discuss that first, right, before they approach a child. And they go in the best way that they're going to approach a child.
But this is where I said it comes in again. Yeah, Steve, we're going to give you a second. Yeah, but this is where you come in again. Yeah, where we said, yeah, because if the mum steps in and the son says, listen, I'm going out with Demario tomorrow, mum, in town. Yeah, and the dad says no because I don't like Demario's friends. Yeah, however the guy is with, I'm just using names.
Yeah, just so the viewers know this is
just
not
so that this is not any particular. Yeah, it's just names. Yeah. So they said, oh, they're not going out with blacks tomorrow because blacks whatever at the end of the day. Yeah. Then the mum is gonna go, no, leave him alone because he's okay. And then he goes tomorrow. And then you heard from the grapevine something happened, yeah, and then he comes back now and he's in problem. And then now the mum is going, oh, the first person, I don't cut you, the first person she's going to ring is you. Oh, go and get Ray because he's in problem, you understand?
Yeah, but there's a saying, all right, well, I remember this old man used to say to me in Jamaica, he used to say to me, he said to me, boy, let me tell you something, when your woman is ill, yeah, when your woman is sick and she needs to go to the hospital, everybody come and say, you need to take her to the hospital. She's not well. You need to look after her. You need to, but when you're sick, them say, boy, you're not looking after yourself. Yeah. So it shows that the man have this responsibility, yeah, of care, right? So, no laugh, blacks. So the man have this responsibility. But what I'm saying, blacks, in every society, every culture, every group, every community, the bad are always a few.
True.
Yeah, you can count the bad ones. You can see the bad apples and pick them out, right, out of the bunch.
True.
And everybody knows. Yeah, look at where we're growing up. Where you come from, where we come from, Kingston 13, Kingston 12. Yeah. We know all the gangsters, all the gunmen. Yeah. They're not a lot, but you have a community filled with 7,000 people, and then you have the gunman about 10. Yeah?
And them so,
yeah, so easily the people can single them out and pick them out and say, you know what? Let's move away from them or put them out to that. So maybe they have special needs to get dealt with. And we don't want to write off the people who the troubled kids. We don't want to write them off because we don't know what they're going through. True. And that's another thing of understanding the human psychology and the human mental state, right? If we and you are tired, or we come in tired, and someone says something to you, you're going to snap sometimes because it's how the brain reacting. Do you know what I mean? So we don't know what they're going through in the homes. You know?
So, Steve, so wait, yeah, what's your take now? Because
you know, it takes two parents to grow a child, and you know what I mean? It doesn't take one, because sometimes if a woman doesn't have any respect for her partner in the relationship, it's going to have a negative effect on the child around our children, you get me? And that's something they have to look at and step aside and say, you know what we're doing, we need to really see what we do, because it will affect them and that will present themselves to the public. And being a child of, say, dysfunctional family, that's what people are going to say from a broken home, because as they say, a child learns what he grows around, you get me, and demonstrate that behavior, even in school, even around their friends, and sometimes before they reach even judicial. That's why they end up in the company that they are, because of the broken home. The parents never sit down and resolve their situation first, so it doesn't have a negative, because sometimes I say something in my very home, my wife will turn to me and say, Steve, careful what you say in front of our daughter. And I say, oh yeah, you're right, you know, because she's learning and she's observing, and she can differentiate weakness and strength between both. My wife, daughter have a tendency, when a mom says certain things to her, she will take it out on me. Because I remember one time I was at the fridge taking out something, and I find her saying to me what her mom was saying to her, and I find the fridge door slammed to me, and I said, wait, what's this for? You deserve it. So I said, how comes? I wasn't the one who would reprimand you, but you see that she could get away with it from me, but you'd run the risk with her mom. So we have to sit down and say, yeah, this is what we have to challenge ourselves about, as independently, also that she learn from us and individually, and then as collectively we say, sit her down, because she will become something that society always think, black kids, this is what they are, this is who they are. That stigmatized behavior is because sometimes what they see present themselves without knowing the facts. or the true meaning without giving a chance, this is it. You might want your child to walk into a store and a security start to monitor because the kid is black. Let me see what he's up to. He's not up to anything bad.
Exactly.
But you, the stereotype mentally put something in your head. So before I even step in the store, you see a thief. You don't see a human being like anybody else, but you single me out as an outcome. Where do you get that mentality from to single me as a criminal? And I don't have a record, I'm for it. So
that's why I say now with the kids them, so like I was saying, with the 40 kids them So this is the same thing, because I believe in every group there can only be so many leaders.
True.
Simple, yeah. So what that means, if you got 10 people arrested for a crime, that means one of them is the leader. True. That means 11 is a follower. Or one is the chief, one or the manager for whatever they down from the leader, and then the next 10 is the followers.
That is true.
So what we're saying is, are those 10 followers not what we call naive kids who don't know what they so therefore they get themselves caught up in situations? So why should they be inside a jail spending 10, 20 years for a crime that they was just looking? They was just looking, you know, seeing what's going on. Because it's curiosity, it's kids. But this knife crime, between the black community, at the end of the day, we can't say it's not happening. So we're not saying that yes, no one should be in jail. You understand me? Because this knife crime, it's got to stop. But like we said, I think we need to start in the home by respecting the men and giving the men them opportunities, and the men them should step up in the home, and start playing authority role in the home, whether they're in the home or not. In your kid's life, you should be playing that responsibility. Because I'm not cutting out fast here. A lot of guys, because they're not with the woman, they don't care about the kids, and then are because they are with one set of women. One woman over there. They're with those kids. They don't. So these other kids grow up with vengeance. They grow up with all these you understand? These anger, this disrespect. No, if you're a man, I don't cut you. If you're a man and you got your kids, that's your seed. Now, if you're with any woman, now listen this, and she don't love your seed, your blood, and she said she love you, she don't love you. Because if she did love you, she'd love your blood. This is you. This is your 100% DNA. So why would she not be able to take them on? You understand me? So everyone need to realize this and stop the nonsense. Stop hiding your kids. Step up to the plate. Take care of your kids. Take your son out. You need to be once a week at least taking your son on a little park venture. You understand it? Whether you go for driving, riding, whatever it is you do with your son. You get what I'm saying to you? Get that reasoning in. You understand me? I used to have a stepson. He wasn't my son. I've grown him for 13 years. You understand me? I treat him like a son. No one didn't know he wasn't my son. If I didn't tell people that, you understand me? He's gonna be 18. Me and him don't speak anymore. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. That's a long story. But like I said, I used to take my man to the track. I take him Daytona for his 5th birthday, and since then I've been taking him driving every week. I take him to, we got what we call boys weekend, where we go on the track, ride on the track together. You get me? I said to your bedroom, we bring him at the shop, try to teach him little work. So these are little things that people know. If you're working and you got a son, your son should be able to come with you. You understand? You're not doing anything criminal. If you are not doing anything criminally, then your son should, or your kid should be able to be around you.
You know, blacks. The whole community and society is to be blamed. I don't care what nobody says. The whole community and society is to be blamed. And the reason why, if you keep constantly judging somebody, it's like a man. If a man, you're cheating the child, they'll come in automatically because they're black. You're treating them like thieves, right? You come in a shop or you're watching them, you go somewhere else, it's going to be thief. What hope, that child is going to have in a sense? Might as well I just do it anyway. You know what I mean? Because everywhere I go, they're judged. But then at the if we really care that much as role models, as mentors, we need to fix ourselves up.
But you see, Fatty, what you just said and the example you use, it's not us who's looking down on us, and that's the issue. Because when you said like the shop example that you use, it would be the Asian man looking at the black kid,
Yeah,
or
but
the white person looking at the black kid, or the Chinese person looking at it. It's always the black kid who is the victim.
Yeah. But do we really have to be the victim? Do we have to be victim?
Yeah,
I mean, we can be victimized.
Yes.
But we don't have to be victims in our own heads.
But we don't make ourselves the victim.
That's what I'm saying. So that's why we need to blacks. We need, like you said, step up to the plate.
True.
You need a whole revolution where men change and women change their ways in the community. If we're doing it for the youth, the youth don't need no blinking youth centers and all of that. They do need it in that sense, you know. But I'm saying first, if the male role models were there doing good things and good behavior, then they would need, because we are all what? We're all brothers, we're all uncles.
But the youth centers is there for kids to go because they haven't got anything to do. If we was doing stuff with our kids, they would need to go to the youth centers.
Exactly.
You understand? So we would need to have all that.
And another thing, let me make this clear. Yeah? When a woman or any man or anybody use a child to punish a father, that is wrong. If the father is cruel to the child, if the father can't be trusted with the child, then that's completely different. But if it's his father, women need to stop doing this stupid thing, or you can't see my kids. Because you're not punishing the father. You're punishing the child.
Because the child
because it's one-sided, unbalanced. How that child's gonna feel when he goes to school and he see both parents, his mates, and both parents dropping him off. They come into his the little things that take part in the school. You know, at play or something, and both parents turn up. And I just ask my mother all the time, where's my dad?
I'm not with all my baby mothers, so I can't really say, like, you get me. But the thing is, I'm in all my kids' lives. So at the end of the day, the way I see it is, I'm involved on all aspects. You understand me?
But not all men, blacks.
That's what I'm saying. The responsibility that you take.
Not all men.
As a father, help the child to develop themselves more as a responsible person also. Because they get in that final baby, regardless the mother and the father is not together, you still have a part to play. And it's your responsibility as a man and as a father. Because you can't say I'm a father of the child, you don't know anything about the child. You don't know when the child goes to school, when he comes, you don't know what the child likes or nothing. Because you don't play any part in the child life. It's not just come and drop some money off and go. That doesn't prove anything of you being a father. It's taking the responsibility, as you mentioned, take the child out, let the child get to know you as a person. So the child can draw more and say, wow, I like what my dad, because of what the child see. The child will say, boy, I like to be like my father because I can see the certain principle that you stand for and the things that you do. The child says, this is the kind of way I want to treat my kids when I grow up and have a family of my own. You get me? So you leave it's called a generational because it goes down the line. It's a chain reaction and it goes from the other child. I'm going to give you an example. I was talking to this person and he said he always tell his daughter how much he loves his daughter and he has never tell his son. So I said, wait, how come?
That's wrong.
Oh, you never, he said, boy, I'll never tell my son, I don't hug my son. I said, how come? Because when he was growing, his dad never done it to him. So I said to him, it's not up to your dad to change that perception. It's up to you. It's your responsibility. Not because my dad never loved me, that doesn't mean I shouldn't love my child. It's not my dad's responsibility for me to love my child. It's me to know what my dad did was wrong, but I can change that so that my son don't pass this on to the next generation. Then my son grow up and say, I can't show love to my son because my dad didn't do it either. So you see, those trends are negative energy and it passed down, and that's why most times the children are like what they are in society and get blamed, but the parents at the top of the generation each have to look into themselves. What I give is what they're going to pass on to the next generation, and that's what the society is going to become from where we try. If we try our best and be responsible, things will turn around in these youth life. They would look for certain people to be role model. They would look for certain kind of movie to watch just to see who I can become. Because they will become from what you teach them and they learn from the integrity that you show. So I want to be like my father. They don't want nobody else out there's no role model, whether you're rich or you're poor. Just that integrity that you display, that's what they want to draw close to.
But I don't think a lot of people get the kids them involved as well, because you see, like we say, when we look in the Asian community, the Asian man go and work with his son half the time, depending if him self-employed. You understand me, yeah? And I'm sure the kids these things, and these things is vital. Because this is not just trying to get a help. This is teaching the kids them how to do things. Just like when, I'm not cut your father, yeah? Just like when my daughter them at home, I tell my baby mother them, listen, yeah? I don't need to tell them, but just make the kids them learn any little thing on how to get them involved.
Amen.
Because I want my daughter them, I'm not growing them, but they need to be good mothers and good wives. You understand me, yeah? Because at the end of the day, that is very important, because some people don't see the importance. Now, the same topic that was on about the kids and the misbehaving and all that also transpired to we as Jamaican being here and being disrespected a lot by the so-called, British-born kids. You understand, yeah? So these same kids who are born by Jamaican parents will turn around and disrespect an ex-Jamaican. Yard is this, right? Now, your mom is a yardie, your dad is a yardie. So what does that make you?
Thank you.
But because you wasn't educated on that fact, or because your dad wasn't in the yard. Because this stem from the father after time not being around. So it brings that hatred, the anger in, and they start this energy. So everyone who they see who is a Jamaican is a so-called yardie. Oh, these yardies, I don't like them. You understand? But this is because people come here and like man just spread the seed all over, and they don't care about how they do things.
Part of it still is it lies with not only these children, because sometimes if they don't know, it's like the other day I was here and somebody was talking about, like, say, Ethiopians, and they'd say they don't like Ethiopians in a way because they keep to themselves. And I said, what you need to do, you need to give them time. Because long before you have different cultures and other cultures, other community never reach to integrate. But because they're new now, you need to give them time. So with these youths as well, if we try and educate them and also give them time to progress. I was working with a young lad, and he got into trouble. His mum's a solicitor. It comes from his mum's side. It's a good home, right? But he likes that lifestyle.
Yes.
And I said, ask him, why do you do it? He said, because the thrill. We get a thrill from it. Yeah. But every minute he's on social media and he's watching people, what is saying, and everybody wants to fight. So he basically has accepted that gangster life, hoodlum, kind of chav, kind of mentality, and he tells himself that's how he wants to be, to have that rep, street rep. But listen, but then when we started working together, then I could see a different side of him. Do you know what I mean? And then he opened up to me and he said, you know what, my dad's on drugs. And I said to him, are you just angry at the whole thing? Not at your dad, but you're just angry at the whole self at your thing, and it makes you angry with yourself. He said, yes, that's exactly what it is. You know what I mean? I'm angry, my dad's, on smack. My mom's gone somebody else, married somebody else. And me, I just feel left out. Yeah? But then at the end of the day, I didn't want to leave that youth alone. I wanted to spend time with him. But then I was asked, but are you spending the time that you want to give to someone else's child? Yeah? Would you give it to your child? You know what I mean? Because many of us, we constantly working. Yeah. We're 10, 12 hours a day. Yeah. Right? Yeah. Because that's how society make it. So we don't see our kids. We go home, these kids are in school, 30 hours a week.
But you know what I say, Fatih, is this, you see the kids who grow up and know it, they don't want to be it. Yeah. So what I mean by that is, if you grow up and you know about the street, you don't want to be in the street. Yeah, because with that kid now, it's curiosity for him. Yeah, he just sees the lifestyle. He don't know about the lifestyle and he wants to know. And that's why you got 8 out of 10 of them uptown kids end up in them type of a living and lifestyle. You understand our situation?
But blacks, what if there was no street? What if there was no influence? What if there was no, it's like a drug addict. Yeah. What if there was no drugs?
But you see, the thing what I say is this, yeah. You see the street is common sense. And that's how I describe the street. The street is something that you learn from all the time. The street teaches you every day. Just like common sense does.
The street is a jungle, so it will eat you up too.
But you see, this is what I'm saying. If you don't use the common sense, it eats you. This is what I'm saying to you.
People have common sense.
But common sense is not common, so that's why I said the street is for who knows and who the street. You understand what I'm saying to you, Steve? So that's what it leads back to. The curiosity makes someone wants to be out there, but that's not you. You understand?
Because of what they teach us, blacks, from even you and me. Yeah, a lot of women right now. They said they can't get a good man. And I said to them, it's because you're looking in the wrong place. You want to go to a nightclub. It's like you're going to prison. You know? You know? Prison, I'm looking for a decent guy who's never done any crime. I'm not saying everyone in prison has done the crime. Some people are innocent. But I'm using it as an example. You know, would you go to the library and look for a decent guy who you see in the library, you know, studying or something? No, because why? He's a geek. Yeah? So this trend now, you know, your chest stick out, you're the real man. Yeah? But deep down, you're just a pile of doodle, really.
No, he's an actor. He's an actor.
Hold on. Yeah, because you're because that's what he carries inside his stomach anyway. He carries feces in his stomach all day walking around. So if you look at it, you kind of... You're less than what you think you are. Yeah. So in other words, you just need to humble yourself.
Well.
So if So if us as there's no channels towards this mentality.
Yes.
Yeah. Where we can, you know, in the music, in the way people behave outside. Yeah. In the film, we look to them as our role models. Oh, we like the way my man busting his gun, you know, the man just went up. Yeah, and then you think it's cool. You know? Man, stab. And you think it's cool, you want your knife all the time. Yeah? These things need to
adjust.
Yeah, and they need to get rid of them. They need to get rid of them. Blacks.
Yeah, man. That's it, man. Yeah, but real up, Must I Talk TV. Big up on yourself, Steve, Omar. Yeah, see that Gaza. Don't know when I want to show coming in for boss and the product, yeah? Is it? Yeah, I see I heard, man, though, but manners and respect, like and subscribe. Steve, tell them now.
Blessed love, man, 100% pure love all the way through, and never forget, blacks, 100%.
Yeah, every time, Must I Talk.
Tell them, say live, this is no bribe. When you see Blacks TV, Must I Talk TV, make sure you subscribe.